Welcome to the Big Right Rear. Today, talking to Danny Sams the third. Danny, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We're pretty new on this podcast thing, but
That's all right. Yeah.
appreciate you taking some time here on race night before things get going here. So, before we really get going, I want to ask you about last year.
Okay.
How in your mind, how did you guys perform last year? Was it what you expected?
If I could give us a grade, I'd say probably a C minus. We wanted to do better, but we also had some really good highlights. We got a win and stuff like that, but that's also the experience of not knowing what we're doing yet and getting experience on the road, new tracks, and all that. I just feel like everything's hindsight, right? We could have done a better job in some areas, but we're going to take that knowledge and put it in this year. That's for sure.
That's good. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much it's a family operation, right?
Yeah, it's just mom and dad here at the track. Every once in a while we have some people we know in the region that come out and help us, but yeah, it's just mom and dad and myself, and like we're up till midnight last night washing the car and getting everything ready for today. It's pretty cool to say you live with your parents on the road. It might not be cool sounding, but it's a pretty cool experience. I don't think I'll ever regret doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I've spoke to your mom quite a bit over the last couple of days. She's an awesome lady, so you got some good people in your corner, and that's sort of something like what the High Limits is doing. I think it helps guys like you, where not in most of what I've seen so far anyway, no support program going along with it, so get you guys out of here a little earlier for maintenance and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'll make it tough throughout the night though. The pace is so fast.
That's true.
If we have an issue, it's definitely harder for us to get out of a hole where other teams, if they have a crash or an engine issue, they can get out of them sooner.
Mm-hmm.
We try to be as prepared as we possibly can, have our tires ready, have our spare parts ready, and in case any of those things happen. And that's just, it's great. We get out early, but if we have an issue, it could be bad.
Yeah, I hear you there. So outside of racing, tell us a little about yourself. You mentioned your mom and your dad. Tell us like what you like to do, things you like to do, like vacation during the off season, that kind of stuff.
Well, we don't get much of an off season, and our off season consists of getting this ready for the next season usually. So as many people know, we live in Florida, and I love being there. That's my vacation, I guess, my staycation. I like going fishing. That's one of my biggest things, being on the water, and that's where I got to grow up. And when we're on the road, it's neat to see all those things, but when you come back, it's like pretty awesome. Just see the beach and realize how cool of a place you get to live in. We're not home but 2 months of the year, though, so it's pretty tough.
Tell me about your start in racing, how you ended up in sprint cars. How many years have you been in sprint cars?
My start in racing came when I was 4.5 years old in the quarter midgets, and I got into a sprint car when I was 13, so we're coming up on my 11th year here.
Wow.
Of being in a sprint car. I've only been in a 410 for about 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Wish we would have made that transition sooner. Like I said, hindsight, everything's hindsight. But yeah, about 11 years in a sprint car.
So 3 years, and you were on the road last year, the year before. Did you go right to the road then in a 410?
Yeah, so we had 1 full year not on the road.
Okay.
And then we went on the road last year. So this will be my 4th year in a 410 sprint car full time. Other than that, it was just a dabble here and there. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is our 3rd full year and then 2nd on the road. So we're learning a lot still.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be as a full-blown sprint car driver, but your favorite memory overall as a driver?
Well, I would obviously say my win there at Bridgeport with my family, and we do have a car on a Rocky. For us to break through and do that was awesome. Our name will always forever be on a national wins list, which not majority of people that ever get in a race car can ever say that. So it's a huge blessing to have that, and that's something I'll always cherish and look back on.
So how did it be in sprint cars and not late models or something like that?
So we came from the quarter midget pavement world. We grew up with the likes of like Carson Hocevar, who's making waves now, Harrison Burton, Todd Gillen, and my dad owned a mower shop, and we were looking at like pavement trucks and stuff, and then we also went and saw like a mini sprint race on dirt, and it was basically a cost decision. Dirt racing was significantly cheaper. We were very fortunate to race. We didn't have the means to end up super late model racing, where that's a huge task to take on. So we ended up dirt racing and took a liking to it, and ended up in the open wheel world, and that's just how it shook out. It was pretty cool.
Awesome, glad to have you. What's your favorite track, and is there a place that you haven't raced yet that you want to or are looking forward to?
My favorite track, I probably would say Skagit. The place is beautiful. The race is I'm naturally decent there. Race is good. I don't have the exact finish I've looked for, but I love that place. And a place I'd like to race, it just never works out, is Huset's. I've never been there. It's a neat place. They race for a lot of money there, so I'd like to end up there.
Okay. Well, now some fun questions in here scattered a little bit. What's your favorite racetrack food?
Racetrack food, man. I don't like to eat before I race, but I don't know. Last night they had barbecue here at the track, and it was really good. If I can find some good barbecue, I'm all about it.
Okay. That's a Southern boy coming out.
I guess so.
What's your race day look like? I get, with just being the family thing, you guys are busy on Swamp, but like take us through, from up in the morning to what it takes to get a car ready to roll.
So you count the morning, it's midnight, 1 a.m. we get to bed, and then wake up around, like this weekend we've been waking up around 9, and we get the car unloaded by 9:30. We start servicing, maintenance, tires, all that. And we usually have that done around 3 o'clock. We take a lunch break in between there. Then we all go and shower, get ready for the race night. And our drivers meets around 5:30, and then it's game on until about 10 o'clock. Feature's over. Then we strip the car down, get it ready for wash, and start the process all over again.
Okay. So I always throw a couple names out that are, to me, polar opposites in sprint car racing. Jack Hoddenchild up on the cushion, Danny Lasowski, the catfish bottom feeder down low. Where do you fit in there? Which one are you more like?
I like to say I'm more like a Jack Hoddenchild. Not perfect yet though. I definitely make a lot of mistakes, but I definitely I miss the bottom more than I miss the top. I need to keep running the top because I'm not a catfisher. I'm not very good at it.
Okay. What about tracks? You like dry slick, wet and heavy, big tracks, or bull rings?
I like anything with a big old cushion on it.
Okay.
It can be slick to a cushion, it can be tacky to a cushion. That's just my forte. I like it.
And bull ring or big half miles?
Doesn't make a
matter.
Difference.
Okay.
As long as it's got a good curb on
it. Third year in a 410, so this is maybe a little premature, but have you thought about like where you want your career to look like in 10, 15 years? Do you want to stay in sprint cars? Do you have NASCAR inspirations?
I've always said I wanted to just race for a living, and I want to, have a decent living. Everyone does, but I enjoy where I'm at now. You never know what opportunities could present themselves later on, and you'd always look at them. But I'm very happy with where we're at, and I'm very happy with what we're building here. We're still the little team that could, but it'd be really cool if this works out and we do become a fight for sprint car racing.
Any opportunity ever arises to take the wing off? Is that something you do?
I did some non-wing stuff. As of now, no. I don't see a good future in that. Them guys are pretty awesome for what they do, but I don't see the money. It would be strictly a money thing. We race for double the purse.
Right.
It's just what it is. And that's no knock on anybody, but it doesn't make sense financially when we can race for double the purse here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a job outside of sprint car?
No, I gave that up. I used to be a machinist. Okay. Did some aerospace stuff, and we worked for some government contracts. But I decided I want to be a full-time race car driver. I don't know how smart that'll be, but it'll be a cool story when I'm in a retirement home when I'm 90.
You machine any of your own parts or anything? Or
no, we don't machine anything. It takes a lot of money to get a machine. Yeah, I can tell you that.
Where do you see the future of sprint car racing?
I'd say linear television. I think that we're working our way to being a live in-house thing, a NASCAR-esque area. I think we could end up in that position, which is what we're looking for. I think there's a big market for us now. It's an exciting sport. It's quick, fast-paced, and there's entertainment throughout the whole night. I think it's growing. I'd say linear television would be our next step.
Okay. If there was one rule change you could make, what would it be?
Rule change. Points throughout the night, not just feature finish. That only benefits me. I struggle at the end of features. We've been falling back. We qualify so good, we heat race so good, and then we struggle with that very end finish. That would help me a lot, but that's just for me. Other than that, no, it's all fine. I just need to finish better.
So no rule like changes to the car, tire rule, anything like that?
You couldn't do it. Like the engines are so expensive, it'd be cool to come up with a cost-efficient way, but it's just that is too tough of a bullet to bite, and that would be my only thing. A format change on the points. That would be it for me.
Okay. You don't have much time when you're not racing, but if you can kick back for a few minutes, you mentioned fishing. Anything else?
Yeah, I like to see things and enjoy that. I like seeing God's creation. When we drive cross country, I like stopping. I Like last year, I just jumped into a river in Idaho, and made
Cool.
a funny video, like that type of stuff. I think that's neat, and things you'll never forget.
Tell us something maybe people don't know about you, or would be surprised to hear about Danny Sams the third.
I would have said being an aerospace machinist would have been one, but I don't know. I'm a pretty simple guy. I enjoy a lot of things. I've gotten to do a lot of neat things my entire life. I'm not really sure on that one.
Okay.
Not really sure.
I got it while I'm thinking about it. Is your dad Danny Sams Jr. or Danny Sams the second?
We call him. They call him the second. I'm not allowed to call him Junior. Yeah, we always called my grandpa Senior and my dad the second.
Okay. Some oddball stuff here. What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Breakfast cereal, Pops, the yellow corn.
Okay.
Pops. Yeah.
All right.
Those are really good.
3 bands on your playlist.
Man, like there's obviously like George Strait, that type of thing. I've been listening to like Smashing Pumpkins sometimes. I don't know. There's quite a few. I'm thinking Zach Top, like that type of stuff.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. I got 5 rapid fire ones for you. Okay. Walmart or Target?
Walmart.
Ford or Chevy?
Chevy.
Chick-fil-A or Cane's?
Ooh, depends on the day.
Chili's or Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Okay. That's really all I had. I appreciate you taking the time. I want to give you a couple minutes. If you have any thing you want to add, people you want to thank, contact information, social media stuff. If someone want to get in touch with you and write you a big sponsor
that would be
check.
cool.
Yeah.
You can follow us on everything. It's usually just Danny Sams the third. You can search that and be the first one that comes up. I have a YouTube channel we try to post on. It's hard when it's just the 3 of us to make videos. But I try to post on Facebook a lot. That's my main thing. And shopd3.com is our merchandise thing. And just shout out to my parents or my car owner, Rocky, Dave from Moxie, David from Impact Signs, Glenn Stiers from GSR Racing. We've got a lot of great people on this car, and they help us get up and down the road. And now we're just continue building this little snowball. It's still small, but it's still going down the hill.
That's good. All right. Hey, thank you so much again. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Danny.